Good evening and welcome to Sunday Supper. Please be seated and silence your phones.
Good evening, everybody. Hi, everyone. I'm seeing a few of us still settling in, so I'll wait a moment. Alrighty. So, welcome to Sunday Supper. My name is Paige, and I will be your host for this evening, and we have a great evening set up for all of you. First of all, let's acknowledge the beautiful theme, Autumn Glow. I can tell by the beautiful tables and lighting that we're very much on theme tonight. When I think of Autumn Glow, I think of autumn, I think of change, I think of challenge, and I think of growth. So I hope we can each resonate with that tonight as we go through these amazing speeches and musical pieces, and also with our own self-reflection. So for how many of us is this our first Sunday supper? Raise of hands. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Welcome. This will be my 8th. You can do the math, but I won't let you know how long it's been, but it's been quite some time I've been in this iHouse family. And I'm back here again tonight because I love it so much. And thank you. And to let you know, for your first Sunday supper, what the evening will look like, we'll share a beautiful meal with one another. We'll hear some impactful speeches, and we'll also get to see some beautiful resident performances. So before we get started, I'd also like to acknowledge our special guest in the audience today, our Chancellor, Chancellor Lyons. Thank you for making the time this evening to join us and be a part of our family dinner. I guess you could say it's a pretty big dinner, but And also, we'll be hearing from the Chancellor shortly, but I'd also like to make a big warm welcome for our Executive Director, Dr. Shaun Carver, as he makes his way to us now.
Thank you, Paige. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll go.
Oh, getting crowded here. Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? So I can certainly understand why the energy might be a little bit low after this incredible weekend or week we just had here on campus. So let's try that again. How you guys doing tonight? There we go. Before we get started, I just want to say one thing. We talk a lot at iHouse about community. And I have to tell you, in the short 4 years that I've been here, I have never seen the campus act as a community more than this past week. It really has been incredible to see everybody coming together as a campus, as a community, and it was really beautiful. I thought yesterday, from 6 in the morning all the way till midnight, well, actually probably till about 11:45, it was an incredible weekend. So congratulations to all of you for being part of really an incredible and impactful week for us. All right, so as Paige said, our topic tonight is the autumn glow. And so you probably hear a lot about leaves changing, and I'm going to start that off. So as leaves begin to change and we transition into this fall season, we're reminded that change is not only a natural part of life, but also an essential force for growth and renewal. Here at International House, we have always embraced change, often ahead of our time, sometimes to the point of being considered radical. Yes, radical. We've been radical. In 1930, when International House opened its doors with a vision that was revolutionary for its day, which was bringing together people from different races, cultures, religions, nationalities to live under one roof in peace and mutual understanding. However, at that time, segregation and redlining were the norm, not just here in Berkeley, but also across much of the country. As a result, our commitment to challenge bigotry and promoting inclusivity was met with protests and opposition. In 1929, citing a decline in property values and the immorality of men and women living together under one roof, I guess you guys are not, you're okay with it? Yeah, there we go. And people of color living in this area, over 800 people of this community protested the idea of International being here. But as our founder, Harry Edmonds, so boldly declared, we were punching bigotry right hard in the nose. iHouse stood firm in its belief that our segregation is not how we see the world. and in support of men and women living together decades before society caught up. We were the radicals. We were the radicals in our belief that people could and should come together across their vast differences. Long before it was popular, iHouse understood that the richness of ideas, perspectives, and experiences that people from different backgrounds bring together to the table is what fosters true innovation, understanding, and growth. At International House, the stunning architecture and facilities are not just physical spaces. I know it's hard to believe when you look up and you see this beautiful ceiling, or in the Great Hall, or in the beautiful non-air-conditioned rooms you're living in. But they serve as a greater purpose. As our first executive director, Alan Blaisdell, once questioned, to what extent has each of you, the residents, taken advantage of the opportunities that International House has offered? The building itself is an invitation, but its true success depends on how you engage with it. Have you merely enjoyed the facilities without embracing the deeper purpose of building friendship, understanding different cultures, and expanding your knowledge of world affairs? Then this experience really has been incomplete. However, if you use this space, as we are tonight, to broaden your horizons, to connect across boundaries, and create intellectually and empathetically, then not only has it been a successful year for you, but also for International House. The building becomes more than just a backdrop. It's not a dorm. Paige, it's not a dorm. It's a mission. It becomes a catalyst for living out the mission of iHouse. As we approach our 100th anniversary in 2030, just 6 years away, 5 years away, 5.5, 6 years away, we find ourselves once again in a time of deep division and transition. The world today is fraught with economical, racial, and political divides, amplified by rise of voices that seek to pull us apart rather than bring us together. In moments like these, we must remember our history, our mission, and the responsibility that comes with being part of the iHouse community. We were radical once, and we must be radical again. Our mission to bring together the most diverse people from around the world to live in harmony, in peace, understanding, and civility has never been more relevant than it is today. As the world grapples with the challenges of division, misunderstanding, and conflict, International House must continue to stand as a beacon of hope, a place where free speech thrives, where equitable access across all divides is a priority, and where individuals are empowered to challenge the status quo. One thing that has always set iHouse residents apart is the ability to engage openly with opposing views. The characteristic of openness, however, is not just essential for us, it's something the world desperately needs today. As societies grow increasingly polarized, we must model the behavior of listening, understanding, and embracing even those whose perspectives we might not agree with. Only by doing this can we begin to bridge the divides that fracture our world. But being radical today is not just about being big movements and grand gestures. It's also about the everyday acts of kindness and understanding that occur right here in this house. It is the conversations over dining, in the dining hall, or at the tables tonight at Sunday supper, the collaboration in study groups and coffee hours, and the friendships that form between people who might not otherwise have met if it wasn't for iHouse. Each of you embodies the spirit of transition and transformation that has echoed in these walls for almost a century. Each of you is a testament to the idea that diversity strengthens, and that through learning from one another, we can bring a heal to the divisions that plague our world. As we look forward to our centennial, let us embrace this moment of transition, not just as a time of reflection, but as a call to action. Just as those who came before us broke barriers and pushed boundaries, we too must continue to challenge ourselves and the world around us. We must be unafraid to be radical in promoting our values of peace, equity, and understanding. Values that have been the cornerstone of this house since its founding. Thank you for being part of this incredible community. Together, we will carry forward the legacy of International House and continue to create a world where diversity is celebrated, where dialogue is embraced, and where peace and understanding are not just ideals, but realities. There we go. So it is with a great privilege that I have to introduce our Chancellor, our new Chancellor, who is off to an incredible start, and someone I hope that we can continue to support from iHouse. And so let me introduce our next speaker, Chancellor Rich Lyons. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaun. Thank you, Paige, and thanks to all of you. Look, good evening. I want to thank all of you for this opportunity to speak here tonight. Shaun, those were terrific words. Berkeley's history we're mostly all familiar with, and this notion of a new radicalism is a very powerful notion. I appreciate those words. So this is my first Sunday supper. If you'll have me back, I can promise it will not be my last, but that's up to you, not me. Thank you. Thank you. So there is nothing more important to me in my role as your Chancellor than the quality and nature of our campus culture, by which I mean the extent to which we walk the walk of our stated values, among them our principles of community, our 7 principles of community, and our oft-repeated commitments to create and sustain a campus community where everyone can feel safe and a true sense of belonging, regardless of their origins, identities, or perspectives. In that regard, I have long had nothing but the deepest respect and appreciation for all that iHouse stands for and actually does to support and advance those values and aspirations. My field as an academic is international economics. I taught international business for many, many years. So what happens here, the magic that happens here, I did my best to teach some of it for many, many years. Your actions, your culture, your many, many cultures, and you, this iHouse community, you model and embody what it means to foster global citizenship and intercultural respect and understanding, right out of your tagline, but it's not just a tagline. These are fundamental words, not just for the iHouse, but for our world, right? That's what's at stake here. Values that have been sorely tested and challenged in recent years, as we all know, worldwide. One of the defining attributes of our university is our utter disregard for the idea that the status quo is the best we can do. There is a constant quest here at Berkeley, in every conceivable realm, to find a better way. We are dedicated and devoted changemakers. And I know full well that I am speaking to kindred spirits and fellow travelers on our road to a strong, cohesive campus community and towards a broader goal of exemplifying for the public that we serve and how we can get along and how we can engage in debate across divides without rancor, without animus, and without identity-based condemnation. I'm going to jump out of my remarks here and just share with you, we just had an accreditation review where there were a bunch of leading scholars from other universities. And the chair of that committee, who is the president of University of Texas at Austin, one of the comments that he made to us was, you know, we've interviewed your students and your staff and your faculty and your alumni. And one of the things that comes through is Berkeley's culture of devotion. I mean, it's as though it's a spiritual thing. It's as though there's religion in why people feel this place matters so much, in part because it's public, because it stands for different things. It really is a singular university, and that's part of what you're doing here, part of what we're all doing here. With your continued support and engagement, these are values and principles I know that our students, staff, and faculty can and will carry into the world beyond our campus. Embedded in their actions, that's key, right? It's easy to say things. We need to be these things. We need to walk the walk, extending our reach and impact collectively and reinforcing my foundational belief that Berkeley is indeed one of society's greatest assets. With that in mind, I urge you to apply your creativity and your intellectual entrepreneurship to developing programs and events that support these values. The iHouse values Berkeley's values. On campus, we have recently launched a number of discourse programs that seek to facilitate the cultural change and exchange we hope to see. Take the time to see what's on offer, to engage, to participate, to make a difference in the life of our university and your own life. Remain curious and inquisitive about the ideas of others, particularly those whom you differ from or disagree with. But above all, I have one request for the iHouse and you, its extended family. Please, don't go changing. Do what you can and must to remain a place that makes possible the open, free exchange of ideas, including difficult ideas, mutual understanding, the development of strong, supportive communal bonds. I cannot overstate the extent to which we appreciate iHouse. Campus-wide, we appreciate iHouse as a space that brings together students and scholars from around the world and continues to enrich the broader UC Berkeley community by fostering cultural exchange, understanding, and leadership development. Go iHouse, go Bears. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's give it up one more time for our Chancellor. Thank you again. I do have to agree that in my time here at International House, I will agree that we have been at the forefront of challenging culture, status quo. I mean, I really do think having so much diversity in the room with us right now and within these walls will definitely contribute to that, right? Like 600 residents or more from 82 countries. But I do know that there's a few countries that have a larger concentration, not majority, because 15% is American, so we're still spread out far and wide. But if I want to get a raise of hands, how many of us are visiting from France? I was expecting half the room, but this is a good turnout. Thank you. And how many of us are visiting from India? Great, great, great. We've got some Norwegians in the house. Okay. China? Okay. What about Germany? Anyone from Germany? Oh, that's a pretty good turnout. Okay. You know, I grew up in Germany for some time, and I have a few friends there, right? Thank you. And I have a few friends there, and you know, when I told them about having midterms this week, they on FaceTime, they looked at me and they're like, midterms, what's that? It's true, right? We don't have midterms, you have the final exams at the end, right? I'm seeing nods, I'm yes, yes. Yeah, I mean, just thinking about the exam, I have one tomorrow morning actually, you know. So it's in the back of my mind, but it's still there. But it definitely haunts. It haunts the room a bit. But you know, we're gonna push through. I always tell myself, you know, you're gonna survive. You did it in undergrad, you can do it again. Thank you, Curtis. Shout out to Curtis. Can we shout out to Curtis right now? My dorm room is inconveniently right in front of the men's bathroom. But conveniently, I get to see Curtis's bright and warm smile every morning. And he does encourage me. I'll be like, Curtis, you know, I was up till 4 a.m. studying. He's like, you got it, girl. Keep pushing. You've got it. So thank you for those warm words. That actually is very kind. But in the theme of surviving and surviving through this ominous midterm season, our next performance is by an amazing iHouse band. We're going to call them the Sunday Suppers. And they will be performing I Will Survive. Let's give it up one more time for that amazing band. Wasn't that great? I already feel a lot more confident about my 10 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm definitely gonna, I know we're recording this right now because it's being streamed to the dining hall, so I'm gonna say hello to our friends in the dining hall who are tuning in with us right now. And yeah, so even at the end of that, I'm gonna need a clip so I can put in my headphones and listen to that on my walk over to Corey Hall tomorrow. So I'll need a copy of that after this. But just like how our residents have so much passion when they perform, there's passion in other parts of their lives as well, in particular in service. And I think iHouse has a great way of supporting that through our specific programs. For example, GLP, Nayeli. Whoever is not familiar with GLP, it's a global leadership program. I was a part of the inaugural cohort. We were able to learn about different ways of improving our cultural intelligence, right? We hear about emotional and intellectual, but there's cultural. I heard a cheer. Who's cheering? Woo! Alrighty. And projects for peace, right? We're able to fund amazing residents. A few might be in the room right now who were able to get that grant, and they take it to their home country or country around the world that way they want to help support and facilitate, whether that's in economic projects, financial projects, anything like that. On that thread, our next guest is a gentleman from Pakistan who has experience in law and journalism. He is an LLM student right now in the law school and a very strong passion for human rights as well. So I'd like to welcome to the stage Hassan.
Thank you so much, Paige, for that kind introduction. Thank you to iHouse for inviting me to speak to you all today. Thank you, Chancellor Rich, for being here. And thank you to all of you for braving the heat to attend this event and looking so good while you're doing it. Let's have a round of applause just for that. My name is Hassan Kamal Wattoo, for those of you who don't know me. I'm an LLM student here in the Berkeley Law School class of 2025. I've been a practicing lawyer in Pakistan for the last 3 years, and I've been a newspaper columnist there for 8. But I'm not the first lawyer from Pakistan to be here. See, in the fall of 1949, 79 years ago, a guy named Zulfikar Ali Bhutto showed up to Berkeley with a very similar story. According to historical records, he stayed at iHouse and even worked in the dining hall washing dishes. Zulfikar was a charismatic guy, and much like his university, he had a bit of a rebellious streak to him. He was central in the left-wing student activism that Berkeley was famous for even then. So when he moved back to Pakistan, he started a left-wing political party. In Berkeley, he used to hang out with his friends at the People's Park, just down the road from here. He named his party the People's Party. He ran for office in the Berkeley Student Union and lost. 22 years later, he ran for office of Prime Minister of Pakistan, and this time, he won. I want you all to think about this for a moment. This guy who used to live, study, and wash dishes in this very building that you all live in went on to become arguably the most popular leader in the history of a country of 200 million people. But his story didn't end there. In 1973, Zulfikar came back to visit Berkeley as a sitting prime minister. Students were protesting the Vietnam War, and these demonstrations were getting messy. The government and university administration were getting increasingly irritated, to put it mildly. But when the New York Times asked Zulfikar about it, he said something interesting. He said, "Over the past years, I've heard all kinds of horrible things about the Berkeley campus having become rowdy. But it's basically the same. The spirit is the same as when I went there." This is a man in the 1970s talking about what Berkeley was like in the 1940s. But doesn't that sound familiar? The theme of this evening is Autumn Glow, with a special focus on iHouse's global impact for peace. And when I read the topic, I thought of the spirit of Berkeley that Zulfikar was talking about. The opposite of peace is war, and throughout Berkeley's history, students have stood up against war, against apartheid, and against occupation. They faced resistance for it, but time would tell that those students were on the right side of history. It would be easy for us to talk about peace as some abstract concept that we nod our heads to and do nothing about. But today, as college students across America are being suspended, arrested, and deported for protesting for a ceasefire, moral clarity necessitates that we speak the truth. To those standing firm against Israel's bombardment of Gaza and facing the consequences for it, you, just like those who stood firm against the atrocities in Vietnam and Iraq, are the spirit of Berkeley. While we celebrate autumn's glow, let us not forget the children in this world today, for whom the only glow they're seeing this autumn is incoming rockets paid for by your tax dollars. And to those speaking out for peace and for ceasefire, I wish you all the strength and resilience in the world. You might face consequences for your bravery, and you wouldn't be the first. Soon after Zulfikar Ali Bhutto returned from his visit to Berkeley back to Pakistan, he was toppled from power, sentenced to death, and replaced by a fundamentalist dictator in an American-backed coup. That too is the legacy of Berkeley. Through these halls have walked men and women far braver than ourselves, who fought the good fight and who paid the price for it. It's in their honor that we have a responsibility to uphold those ideals that they sacrificed so much for, to speak truth to power, to do so regardless of consequence, and in the words of Cesar A. Cruz, to comfort the disturbed and to disturb the comfortable. I critique my country sometimes, and I've noticed that's something Americans love to hear. And I'm well aware that Pakistan and America are very different places. For one, Pakistan has managed to elect a woman as our head of state. 30 years ago. You guys aren't quite there yet. You're getting there, but not quite yet. But my point here is simple. You critique your country precisely because you love it. In the words of James Baldwin, I think that it is a spiritual disaster to pretend that one doesn't love their country. You may disapprove of it. You may be forced to leave it. You may live your whole life as a battle. But I don't think you can escape it. If you try to pretend you don't see the immediate reality that formed you, I think you might just go blind. See, I'm proud to say that here at Berkeley and here at International House, I don't think we've gone blind just yet to the injustices around us. Since I've moved here, I've been inspired every single day by the incredible people I've met. People whose resilience, diversity, and kindness are what make this place so unique. In their stories, too, I found the spirit of Berkeley, a refusal to accept the world as it is, and the courage to imagine it as it could be. Tonight is a celebration of that spirit. It's a night of joy, but also a reminder of the struggles that brought us here, and of the ongoing fight for the freedoms that we care about. The history of Berkeley and International House has always been one of pushing boundaries and of shaping the future in the direction that we believe it should go. In that legacy, the unflinching defense of freedom is what drew me here. I've been arguing for, writing for, and fighting for freedom of speech all my life back in my hometown. And this is something I was discussing with Chancellor Rich right before I got up on stage, that the true litmus test of freedom of speech is not just in words, but in actions. And in all honesty, I hadn't expected that some parts of my speech here today would be allowed to be said. But the litmus test I see here that was passed was that Berkeley cared about that, and Berkeley cared about freedom of speech, and for that I'm grateful. This freedom, this venue, and this night is something I do not take for granted. Not for 1 second. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan, again, for those impactful words. I think it's always refreshing to hear different accounts by each of the residents. It's very unsuspecting when you sit down at the dining table which conversation will happen next. I think one of my favorite things when I first moved into iHouse was the fact that you could literally sit anywhere. I mean, maybe in middle school or maybe at a random cafe, it's very weird to just, walk up to a table and just plop yourself down and be like, hi, and start eating. But that's truly what happens in the dining hall. Whenever someone asks, may I sit here? I say, why do you ask? Just go ahead and take a seat, right? And I think it's this authentic willingness and wantingness to get to know all the amazing journeys and stories and faces of those around us, right? I mean, like Shaun always says, this will probably be the most diverse place you're in next to the UN, so take advantage of it. And so, yeah, when thinking about that right now, I also think about whenever I tell individuals about iHouse and kind of the structure of the way it works, right? And I always think, okay, there's two hearts of iHouse. There's one in the dining hall, because it's where you meet, all of those friends that you get to get really close to throughout the year and eventually become lifelong friends with. But the second, I would say, is the Great Hall. Who agrees with that? Okay. Okay, who agrees with that? Right? Coffee hour. I think coffee hour is definitely the heart and soul of our weekly adventures in the house, right? And you can even think about Catan. You can think about debates, presidential debates, or rather SNL skits that they seem to be sometimes. And you can even think about the beautiful music that you hear coming through the halls. Many times I'll stop by on my way to class and hear multiple talented residents playing the piano or singing or playing any instrument really that they have access to in that time. And so on that note, I'd like to welcome a very talented pianist to the stage. It is Lucas Eck from France playing a piece by Chopin. Hello? There we are. Alrighty. A very dynamic piece, wasn't it? It was lovely to listen to. I get to hear that every day here at iHouse, maybe not on exam days or homework days, but every other else. So it's quite a treat and quite a privilege. So thank you again to Lucas for that beautiful, beautiful performance. Speaking of performances and iHouse and all things relevant to our beautiful home, something that I do think we're really great at is our mission, right? Inclusivity, trying to appeal and achieve a peaceful international world, right? Global impact. And there's really amazing ways that we're able to achieve that, whether it's through Lodestar Speaker Series, through critical conversations. The one place I do feel like our residents get a bit challenged with when it comes to peace, though, would be when it comes to laundry. You know, you would think, you know, whites with the whites and like the clothes, and then you make sure you get your detergent and everything. That's not the problem, though. That's not the problem when mixing up laundry. That's not it. The problem is when you forget it for 5 minutes, and then suddenly the group chat, it just starts buzzing. And I'm like, is it my restaurant buzzer? No, it's the iHouse group chat. It just keeps buzzing. So, but in any case, I would think that if there's one person who could solve this problem for us, who would come to a solution with it, it would be our resident community council president. That's when you clap, guys. After an amazing council nomination series and getting through all of the great talent of the House, we were able to get a council full of representatives from all continents. And I would like to welcome Miss Aoife, our president, to the stage to be able to talk to us more about that.
Hello, hello. I'm not entirely sure what I personally can do about laundry, but I'll have your people speak to my people and we can see what we can get done. Anyways, so good evening. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Aoife, and I'm standing here today as your RCC president for this year. Tonight, Tonight is special. Sunday supper is not just a tradition, but a celebration of the spirit of community that defines International House. It is a moment where we all pause to reconnect with one another, share stories, and embrace what brings us together, no matter where we come from. The theme of tonight is Autumn Glow. So in that vein of thought, I thought I would talk about change. As the seasons change, so do we. Just as the trees change colors, lose their leaves, and expand their roots, preparing for new beginnings, we too are constantly growing and progressing. It is important that we embrace our growth and seize any opportunity we can. I, with the rest of the RCC, hope to aid our collective growth, striving to make iHouse our home away from home. As community leaders, we serve as a bridge between residents and the iHouse Board of Directors and administration, working together to foster a safe and inclusive environment for everyone. Living at iHouse offers an incredibly unique opportunity to immerse ourselves in a vibrant, multicultural space where different perspectives can be shared, discussed, and celebrated. We are eager to contribute to this environment by fostering understanding, cooperation, and a sense of belonging among all residents, ensuring that everyone feels valued and at home. We're excited to organize a variety of events throughout this year, aiming to create moments of connection, reflection, and celebration, opportunities for us to come together as a community to learn from one another and make lifelong memories. I don't want to end on a cheesy note and say carpe diem, because tomorrow truly belongs to everyone, but we should continue to seize the day and the opportunities around us, because by doing so, we not only enrich ourselves, but the wider community. It is imperative that we continue to reflect and work on ourselves, making the differences we can while celebrating and utilizing the richness of our diverse backgrounds and experiences. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of this wonderful evening. Thank you. That was Paige's cue, so, never mind, sorry.
Let's give another round of applause for our president, right? Alrighty, so Let's talk about academics. I know you're like, why, Paige, why academics now? I think the biggest misconception is that Berkeley students are only about academics, right? It's like study, study, study. Never have fun, all the things about not going to sports or not going out and everything like that. And I mean, yes, there's waves and seasons of it, but I would definitely say that we have our hobbies, we have the things that we're really good at that we enjoy, right? And something that comes to mind when I think about that is dancing. I think about, Dancing with the Stars. Anyone watches Dancing with the Stars? Okay, we've got some dance fans in the crowd, all right. Well, we're really lucky tonight because Dancing with the Stars came home to us at iHouse. So, in my best Dancing with the Stars impersonation, dancing the cha-cha, we have Marco and Jaquelyn.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. But when you dance you have to play with me, stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with me. When we dance you have a way with me, stay with me, sway with me. When marimbas start to play, hold me close, make me sway.
Wow. If I was a judge right now, I'd give a 10 out of 10, honestly. I was dancing in the back with them. I'm like, okay, how did she do the little dip? And okay, I don't think I'm anywhere close to that, but that was amazing. Alrighty, so something that I want to touch base on. How many of us are from more than one culture? More than one culture. Okay, cool. I consider myself, I consider myself like a third culture kid, born in Louisiana, raised in Germany, but then is American, but it's also mixed. Mother has heritage from Turkey, dad has heritage from Africa, but I'm also Irish, so you can see my freckles probably really clearly right now. I don't know if you can tell. But the idea is that this home, we have a lot of mixes. You can see the beauty in all the faces that we have in front of us. And talking about the German part, something that I think right now is happening or just finished was Oktoberfest. Anybody? Yeah? Anybody been to Oktoberfest? I heard a very German yes. That was great. Well, we have an amazing resident, also a Great Hall regular, a really talented guy on the Ivory Keys, who is visiting us from Munich, from the home of Oktoberfest. Unfortunately, he couldn't be there, of course, for Oktoberfest, but we did our best try on Thursday at Edmonds. I hope I saw some of you guys there. I think I saw a few, actually. So a big, warm welcome to Chen, who will be playing a piece by Paganini and Liszt. Did I hear fourth floor, best floor? Wow, wow. Okay, okay, anyone from third floor here? Because that's my floor, so we have to be representing right now. Can we just? Okay, okay, we got any seventh floors out there? Oh. Well, I'm gonna excuse that because seventh and eighth are the smallest, so it's okay, you guys. Still stay strong. Alrighty. Oh my goodness, okay. This next piece has a really heartwarming story associated with it. So we have a really talented resident who loves to sing, right? But she was looking for someone to accompany her. But at the moment, it was a bit difficult. You know, when you're going in between all the daily tasks that you have to get done, trying to find someone to accompany you can be time-consuming. You know, you have to make sure that they can audition, that they can meet the tempo with you. There's a lot of synergy involved. But happens that she's a program lead, a PL. Yes, give it up for our PLs. And a coworker of hers was actually one of our IT admin. And it happens that he's also a very talented musician. So I'm going to introduce Eshani and Joe, who will be performing Love Me Tender in the style of Norah Jones. Amazing, amazing. I would like to also ask all of our performers to join us up on stage for a final bow. All of our performers can join us. And speakers too. Come on, Aoife. You can come. Aoife. Thank you again for all of your hard work. I know putting together a show is so difficult. I also want to take a big thank you before our bows to our sound and IT and everyone involved in this production. Also, a big thank you to Steven and everyone else that's involved in this. So, give it up for them. So talented. You know, even in my 8th Sunday supper, every Sunday supper just tops the last. And that says a lot when you go through so many. So yeah, just love this group of individuals and how brightly they shine tonight. Speaking of, I think something that has grown on me in these past almost 3 years, I finally told you guys how long it's been I've been here, is that the first semester was a lot of fun, a lot of new faces, and you know, you're a little starstruck, I guess, starstruck in a way. And once you start to settle into iHouse, once you get to the second semester, third, fourth, you know, it starts to feel like less like a dorm, I guess we could say, right, Shaun, and more like a home. And something, I know we're just in the first semester, we've barely even gotten to the halfway mark, that I want you all to keep in mind is that even after you leave this home, you will carry with you a little bit piece of it and a piece of each other into the next step of your futures, into your lives. And I really hope you hold that dearly to yourselves and really try to live with intention, whether you're here for 2 more months or 7 more months, or who knows, like me, like 2, 3, maybe 5 more years. I'll get a PhD after this, we'll see. Keep me as an RA, please. But in that sentiment, I would really like to invite Shaun back up to the stage and start our candlelighting ceremony, which is one of my favorite parts of the evening. So.
To Paige, you did a fantastic job tonight emceeing us. Before we get started with the candlelight ceremony, you know, the intellectuals and the artists have often been outside of society, and it was the artists and the intellectuals that came together, and they were the Renaissance period, the Bohemians, the ones that really drove change and creative change in the world. And how many people here are music majors? Exactly. And what you saw up on stage is people who are here because of their intellectual ability, but have incredible artistic talent. And it makes me so proud to look at this house and just see that the mix of people who are here, not because of they're a phenomenal pianist. Thank you. That was fantastic, by the way. Really, really fantastic. But because they're good in a lot of different areas, and they bring excellence to everything in their life and bring so much joy to the rest of us. So for all the performers, thank you so much for tonight. This was really incredible. I agree with Paige. Every time it gets better. So thank you so much for everybody. I also have to give one final shout out. I'm probably going over time, sorry, but it's, you know, I get to do that. It's a privilege. Joseph is, as far as I know, the first staff member that has actually participated as the Sunday Supper. And so thank you to Joe, played piano, or the guitar, sorry, beautiful guitar. Why is that important? Because when we talk about community, oftentimes we think about the residents. We don't remember the staff and the people that are here supporting you in this journey. And so to have our staff part of Sunday supper included not just serving you the meals, making sure that you're having a good time, and taking care of all the things that go on behind the scenes, but the fact that they are actually here to celebrate it as well. Curtis, where was Curtis? Has he already left? Curtis. For 4 years, I've been walking up the front steps, and Curtis's shift aligns with my arrival at about 7:30 in the morning, and I see Curtis every morning when I walk in, and he is the brightest face and the most positive person I've ever been around my entire life. And so thank you, Curtis, for being here. All right, on to our candlelight ceremony. You know, as we look forward to our centennial, let us embrace the moment of transition, not just as a time of reflection, but also as a call of action, which sounds like something I said earlier. So let me go ahead and turn the page. You know, I can't memorize all this stuff. You know, my age is getting there. So I'd now like to ask you to participate and join me in one of the most cherished traditions, the candlelight ceremony, something that has started in the early 19-teens and is done at every iHouse at the end of the Sunday suppers. I had the privilege of joining International House in New York just 3 weeks ago as they celebrated their centennial, 100 years. And we ended in this candlelight ceremony. So at international houses throughout the world, it's a tradition to close the Sunday supper with this meaningful ceremony. The ceremony itself is rather simple, but it does have a very powerful symbolic significance. And as Paige mentioned, it's oftentimes reflected back to me from residents and alumni that this is one of their favorite things of Sunday supper. It represents the wonderful associations and friendships developed at iHouse and the sense of understanding that comes from such relationships. It is also a symbol of joining the ever-growing global iHouse community in finding confidence in the hope and aspirations of all people everywhere. Hope for a world devoid of fear, hunger, cruelty, injustice, war, and prejudice. Here's how the ceremony is conducted. I will begin by inviting our Emcee on stage. Ta-da! We have a new addition. We actually have a pillar of a candle on the stage now. So I will light the candle. We will pass it around the room. In front of you, you should find a candle. So everyone should be prepared to have their candle lit. And once the light has been passed from person to person and table to table, the light, in a sense, is being passed around the world. At the conclusion, when all the candles are lit and when the light has connected us, I will make a brief statement. So can we dim the lights, which we have done? Are you ready? Let's do it. You can follow me. Okay. I invite everyone to focus the front of the podium, please. So, as light begets light, so love, friendship, and goodwill are passed from one to another. We, who have come from many nations to live in friendship at International House, promise one another to pass the light wherever we go. Let your paths be lit by bright lights of hope, enthusiasm, and vigor. Let your hearts be warmed by your light within, and your vision expanded by the power of your educational accomplishments and achievements. But most of all, be inspired to reach out to those whose lights have gone dim, so that your light will reignite theirs with a renewed spark of radiance and luminosity. Thank you again for joining us. Dessert will commence in the Great Hall. But first, before you leave, please blow out your candles. It is a wood building. Before you leave the auditorium, and deposit them in the buckets of water at the end. Once again, this was, I agree with Paige. Every time we do this, it seems to get better and better. Every year, someone graduates, and I say, wow, how will we ever replace them? And every year, you replace them. And so, and it seems to get better and better and better. So, this will be the last year I say that, by the way, I'm sure. You guys are the best. You are the best. Thank you so much. This has really been an incredible Sunday supper. Thank you all the staff who helped make this happen. Thank you our Chancellor, Chancellor Lyons, for joining us this evening. Cheers. And it is midterm, so please don't all of you go to KIPS. If you do go to KIPS, make sure to come back early. And it really is a privilege being part of your community. Thank you so much.
Thank you and good night. Don't forget to head over to the Great Hall for dessert hour.